Birmingham. Today is Tuesday, August 4th, 2026. The time is 9:41 a.m. I call to order the regular meeting of the Birmingham City Council. This morning's invocation will be led by Reverend Dr. Raymond E. Mays, pastor of Nichols Temple AME Church, Ensley. The Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Councilor Sonia Smith. If you're willing and able, please stand and join us. Good morning, Dr. Mays. Good morning.
If you would, please place your heart and mind in a posture of meditation. God, we come before you seeking wisdom and steady guidance as this council conduct the work of Birmingham today. Bless every leader, staff member, and resident who participate in these proceedings, and let clarity, fairness, unity shape each decision. We lift up matters concerning Birmingham's community. Grant them discernment to balance growth with preservation, development with dignity, and progress with the voices of the people who call these neighborhoods homes. Guide all interest parties so that every perspective is honored and every concern is weighed with compassion. May the choices made today strengthen community trust, support responsible planning, and uplift the future of Birmingham. Let peace govern our actions. Let justice shape our actions. And let hope anchor our visions for this city. Amen.
Salute the flag. The pledge of
Thank you very much, Dr. Mays, for that prayer, and thank you, Councilor Smith, for leading us in the pledge. Good morning, Mr. Clerk.
Good morning, Madam President.
If you'll call the roll, please.
Councilmember Gunn. Good morning, sir. Councilmember O'Quinn. Good morning. Councilmember Smith.
good morning.
Good morning. Councilmember Smitherman. Councilmember Vasa. Good morning. Good morning, sir. Councilmember Williams. Councilmember Woods. Councilmember, he's out. Okay, I thought I saw him. Council President Pro Tem Tate.
Present.
Council President Alexander.
Present. Entertain communications from the mayor. Good morning, Mayor Whiffen.
And those watching online. Madam President and Council, this past Saturday, hundreds of Birmingham families attended our annual back-to-school event at the Birmingham Crossplex, receiving free school supplies, backpacks, haircuts, and much more to help students start the school year off, not only with confidence, but with support. I want to take the time to thank our outstanding community partners, some but not all included: Window World, Crime Stoppers, the Birmingham Police Department, Coca-Cola United, the Star Church, Church of the Highlands, Birmingham Fire and Rescue Service, Birmingham Barber and Style School, I Am Beham, the Birmingham Crossplex, and again, many more. As a reminder, Birmingham City Schools students return to school next Monday, August 10th. Again, school starts Monday, August 10th. We really want to continue to encourage our families, for those who have not registered their child or children, to please go to behamcityschools.org to register their child and children for school. Again, that's behamcityschools.org. And I also want to give a shout out to several of the counselors who also held their back-to-school events throughout their districts in proximity where families live as well. Thank you for your continued support and encouragement of our families as they get ready to start school. Related to our next blood drive, tomorrow, August 5th, the City of Birmingham will partner with the American Red Cross to help address the nation's critical blood shortage. The public is invited to donate at the Boutwell Auditorium from 11:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. As you know, every donation can help save lives, and donors will receive a $40 Amazon gift card while supplies last. Again, the drive will take place at the Bowell Auditorium. The address is 1930 Reverend Abraham Woods Jr. Boulevard, and that is tomorrow, August 5th. You can receive more detail at rcblood.org/August. Again, that's rcblood.org/August. As the council knows and continues to champion the opportunities related to the Coast Guard being in our city, the city of Birmingham is partnering with the United States Coast Guard to host Coast Guard Information Day. This is a free event. It is designed to help local businesses get access to the federal contracting opportunities while strengthening Birmingham's small business ecosystem. This event is open to the public and will be held this Thursday, August 6th. It is from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Bowell Auditorium. Same address as earlier, 1930 Reverend Abraham Woods Jr. Boulevard. Just a note, it is expected to attract hundreds of local business owners, entrepreneurs, and vendors interested in learning how to do business with the Coast Guard. And then, of course, this weekend is full of activity down at City Walk. Thanks to your support, FEES, which is an international sporting event, will be held in the city of Birmingham, August 7th through the 9th. This internationally recognized event combines Olympic-style action sports, 3-on-3 basketball, live entertainment, food vendors, family activities, drawing athletes and visitors from around the world while showcasing our city for culture and tourism. We really want to encourage people to get their tickets today at feesworldseries.com. That's fees spelled F-I-S-E, worldseries.com. Madam President and Council, that concludes the mayor's report. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mayor Withen. At this time, Mr. Clerk, do we have any announcements of boards and agencies expirations in September?
No, ma'am, not at this time.
All right, thank you. Councilors, we'll turn our attention to the agenda and we'll list those items that are considered for consent. All items designated as consent are considered to be routine and non-controversial and will be approved by one motion. No separate discussion of these items will be permitted unless a council member, the mayor, or citizen interested in a public hearing so requests. If so, such items will revert to its normal place on the agenda order of business. All matters of permanent operation, and they're indicated with a capital P on the agenda, will be read. All other matters will be announced by reading the item number only. All public hearings will be announced. Mr. Clerk, can you give us the items that are being considered for consent?
Yes, ma'am. The consent starts on page 2 with items 3 and 4. We'll continue on page 3 with items 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Page 4, item 10. Then we skip over to page 21, item 11. Page 22, items 12, 13, 14, and 15. Page 23, items 16, 17, 18, and 19. Page 24, items 20, 21, and 22. Page 25, items 23, 24, 25, and 26. Page 26, items 27, 28, 29, and 30. Page 27, items 31, 32, and 33. Page 28, items 34, 35, 36, and 37. Page 29, items 38, 39, 40, and 41. Page 30, items 42, 43, and 44. Page 31, items 45, 46, 47, and 48. Page 32, items 49, 50, 51, and 52. Page 33, items 53, 54, and 55. Page 34, items 56, 57, 58, and 59. Page 35, items 60, 61, and 62. Page 36, items 63, 64, and 65. Please note that items 63 and 64 were recommended by the Public Safety Committee. Page 37, items 66, 67, and 68. Page 38, items 69, 70, 71, and 72. Page 39, items 73, 74, 75, and 76. And we conclude on page 40 with items 77, 78, 79, and 80.
All right, thank you. Counselors, are there any items that you'd like to have added or removed from consent? Counselor Smith?
Yes, I'd like to remove item 65.
Right. The request is to remove item 65 from consent on page 36. Any other items, counselors? All right, thank you. At this time, we'll entertain a motion and a second for approval of the items considered for consent.
All right, voting should be open now. Council President Alexander.
And I'm a yes.
Okay, that vote should be up.
All right, thank you. The items that have been considered for consent have been approved. If you were here for any of those items, we will continue with the rest of our agenda. And the first item, Mr. Clerk?
All right, item 1 has been requested to be withdrawn. So item 2 is a resolution presented to the Industrial Development Board of the City of Birmingham issuing up to $10 million principal amount of its industrial revenue bonds for the purpose of financing the acquisition, construction, improvement, equipping, and installation Colton Holdings LLC of a manufacturing and warehousing facility located at 1811 Woodlands Industrial Drive, Birmingham. Motion, please.
All right, thank you, councilors. This is a resolution consenting the Industrial Development Board of the City of Birmingham for issuing up to $10 million principal amount in industrial revenue bonds. This item was approved and recommended by the Director of Innovation and Economic Opportunity, the Economic Development and Tourism Committee, and it was delayed from 1 week from July 8th to today. Yes, sir.
Edward Gall with Bradley Arent Bolt Cummings. How's everyone doing today?
Great.
So I don't know if everyone got the exhibits that we submitted last week with some support
Yes,
letter from the
councilors,
bank.
those items were sent by Chief Mitchell. Everyone received those? All right, thank you. Yes.
Okay. Well, before you today again, I'm asking for a consent from the City Council pursuant to a requirement under the IDB's Certificate of Incorporation so that we can issue bonds through the IDB on behalf of Colton Holdings LLC. So based on the letter that was provided from CB&S Bank, it shows there is bank support for this deal. There is in no way liability to the city. The letter of credit funding is unconditional, which means if there are not debt service payments made, or to the extent debt service payments have to be made, they have to be drawn only from the letter of credit. And it is something that is between the bank and Mr. Colton, and any liability goes only to those parties and to the guarantors. And at no point is there any liability for the city or for the IDB. And there is no, to better answer your question from last week, as far as bonding capacity goes, so the only limited resource at play here is state volume cap allocation, which is something that is handled through the State Industrial Development Board, who we have been working with Commerce and Finance to get a board meeting set up so that we can have volume cap allocation. But there's nothing, at the municipal level or, any sort of state-imposed statutory bonding capacity. And so there is no, this project or the other. It's just a private financing between these two parties, and the IDB's sole purpose is simply to act as a conduit to help facilitate this financing. No city money is being used, no IDB money is being used. We are just asking for consent to issue these bonds on behalf of Mr. Colton so he can build his or expand his warehousing and manufacturing or trade booth manufacturing and warehousing facility.
Thank you. Councilors, I know that there were some questions that were raised, and I believe those questions have been presented to us with some answers this morning, and those items that we received from the chief. Any additional questions or any remaining questions regarding this item? Yes, Councilor Quinn?
Just a comment. So I think that it would be in the council's interest to meet with the IDB at some point, just so that we're more familiar with, what they do. It's one of the things that, I as a counselor kind of learned by just being around and seeing these types of items come through. And, as mentioned last week, this is the first time that I've personally seen this type of arrangement. And, you referenced that the last time that this had been done was 2009. So I think it would be, to all of our benefit, just meet the IDB board and, go over the various tools that they have available to help promote economic development in the city. So just wanted to give that suggestion.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be sure to speak with their counsel, Ben Spradling, and talk with the board.
And thank you, I do think that's a good suggestion. And we could also work with IEO and our Economic Development Committee, and to be sure we have that information before us. Any other questions? Okay, we're ready for the vote.
Voting should be up.
And I'm an aye.
Okay,
No
gotcha.
trouble. All right, thank you. Item number 2 passes. Thank you very much.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you. What's our next item up, Council?
Should be 65.
That is next, okay. I was gonna tell you to call it up if it was.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Item 65, please.
Resolution authorizing an indenture for $50 million general obligation public school building purpose warrants of the city of Birmingham, Alabama. Motion, please.
All right, thank you, councilors. This item was presented to the Committee of the Whole, and Councilor Smith, I know you asked that we pull this item. Do you have some specific questions, or would you like to have that presentation?
Both.
Just both, all right. Thank you. At this time, Mayor Woodfin, if we could just get a review of the presentation that was provided at Committee of
Yes,
the
ma'am.
Whole. Thank you.
First, I'm going to have either Chaz Mitchell or Aaron Saxon to come up and just first share how the actual funding worked as it relates to the source of funding. And then I will explain the 4 items related to this, and then take any questions Councilor Smith may have.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Madam President, Council. Chaz Mitchell serves as the Chief Financial Officer for the City of Birmingham, and Aaron Saxon will be flanking me on my left. So what's before the council is just the first step in trying to get these projects aligned so we can have contracts in place. So just give kind of a setup to the whole thing. So Councilor Smith, within the ad valorem tax, a portion of that is designated just solely for school purposes that can be spent for capital projects. So we've outlined 4 different projects between the Birmingham City Schools, Jefferson Junior Achievement, and James Russian Early Learning Center. So what's before the council, and you will see this a couple times over, but what's before the council now is called an indenture, which is just a formal agreement that will be going to the market to have a warrant to fund these particular projects. With that, we have that funding source of that ad valorem tax that will go towards paying that debt down. And this will not hold anything against the general fund. This money is designated just for this specific purpose of the school board projects. So after the council considers this item, it will go through a validation process where those projects will be validated by bond council. And then the next step will have the actual warrant before the council to approve and approval of the projects. That's really it from my side. And then I know the mayor said he'll go over the different projects.
Before we talk about the projects, are there any questions related to the actual funding source?
Not the funding source.
All right.
Any other questions regarding funding?
Well, I do, regarding funding, I guess my question would just be long-term, who's going to, are these funds going to maintain the properties that we are?
Yes, so what's before the council is the obligations we made to those particular projects. I know that the item says 50 million, that's the maximum amount of money that we can borrow up to for this particular project, but we're only using, around 42 million of that 50.
45.2.
45, thank you, Mayor. So I wouldn't say it's a wash, but we already have that mechanism to pay down the debt once we take it out the door and give it to these organizations.
Got you, so the long-term, just day-to-day,
Yeah, and the actual fund builds itself up every year. As long as people are paying their property taxes, we will still gain more. It will grow because of our debt has been,
so these are new properties that we will then own?
yeah.
Okay, okay.
So related to the four projects, Madam President and Council, as you know, these four projects are with three community partners, one being Junior Achievement. As you know, that conversation started as early as 2018 with benchmarking other facilities in the nation. We actually went to tour the site in Atlanta twice. Those conversations stopped because of COVID. They started back. The site now exists, but there's still some capital needs. And so a portion of this funding is $1 million from the city of Birmingham to support the new Junior Achievement Facility that is on 6th Avenue, between 6th Avenue North and 22nd Street. Yeah, 22nd Street downtown. The other partner is thank you, James Rushing Early Learning Center, which is a part of Woodlawn United, and it's a capital project on the actual early childhood learning site to the tune of $60,000. And then the third partner, the remaining two projects are with the Birmingham City School System. One being a court refresh program for all exterior outdoor courts for elementary schools, middle schools, and K through 8 schools. We've been talking to the school system for a significant while around this project. Very excited to get to this point today. And then the fourth project that we believe is overly transformational is a post-secondary career success, which I know I got wrong, Mr. Superintendent, but it is, how about this, short form of a supercharged career technical education opportunity that also includes so much more. It has two phases, one being at Carver High School, but this funding is going towards support a new vertical construction at the old Arthur School, various programs up to from carpentry to welding to mechanical, so many other things that I'm not naming, to give our young people an opportunity for trades and other forms, to make sure that they're actually not just college ready, but also career ready as well. Short version. Questions?
So how does it affect the population at the existing schools?
It doesn't. So this is not necessarily an APE high school. It's a career tech building that allows all the young people from all existing 7 high schools to be able to attend. In addition to that, the partnership here is very, very important. And so what was shared at the committee of the whole is that we'll actually doing this in partnership with the school systems of Midfield, Fairfield, as well as Tarrant City school systems. We believe that partnership helps with not only additional funding, but more so future term sustainability. So that's the other piece, but no, it does not decrease the population at the other 7 high schools.
So I know that we have the various CTE programs at the high schools, existing high schools within BCS, and the issue or the concern has been with the transportation and students being able to commute between one school to the next to be able to participate in those, as well as for students to be able to participate in the AIDT Center that's on 6th Avenue South. So I guess my question, just in terms of really maximizing the use of the building, any kind of issues that have been resolved for transportation because of that problem that we've had in the past?
What was shared with us last week is that transportation will be provided, one. Two, the school system took significant time to benchmark best practices across the state. I think down in the Baldwin, Mobile County area, there's another site in Madison County. And that holistically, this is the best practice as it relates to having one site. So in addition to the actual physical space, they will also have, I think, Mr. Superintendent, is it 10 or 12 bays? How many bays? 12 bays. And so not necessarily yes, the school system can continue to engage AIDT, but we'll have our own site related to for all of our high schools, and transportation will be provided for all of them to be able to engage at this one site.
So, great, glad that transportation, I think, is already provided for students to make it. So I just don't want this to be something that we build and that we're not able to really have students to utilize it because of the transportation piece, because there seems to have been a problem with scheduling, so the students weren't able to participate in AIDT, if I remember correctly.
Mr.
So I guess
Superintendent.
my concern is just with us really being able to use this, students being able to use this.
Dr. Sullivan?
Dr. Sullivan,
Dr.
you or any
Willis?
of your colleagues want to respond to that?
Good morning, Madam President,
morning.
members of the council, Ms. Mayor. Ms. Smith, we have our post-secondary assistant superintendent as well as Dr. Reese here to talk about the process. So transportation will be provided. The students will attend their school. The buses will pick the kids up from their school and then transport them to the center. We anticipate having about, roughly around 700 students serving during the week. This is a process to provide equity across the district. There are certain CTE programs at some schools, and there are not some at other schools. So this gives the children an opportunity to have at one location the opportunity to participate in those CTE programs. But not only that, we are partnering with junior colleges so the students can get dual enrollment, as well as AP. So it's on both sides of the spectrum. It is ensuring kids have equity in access to programming on the CTE side, as well as on the college track side, for lack of a better term. We recognize that every child doesn't desire to get a 4 or 2 year degree, but we do want to make sure that when kids graduate, they have meaningful employment. And so as part of this process, kids will be able to work in, as I indicated, bays where companies can provide real-world skills to students, which is a little different than what we've done in the past. But to talk more specifically, I have my two team members here.
Good morning.
Good morning.
One of the things that was in the presentations that we presented last week was specifically what our next steps are around scheduling, because we are aware of the transportation, the time lapse that takes place when you have to transport students from one location to the other. And so one of the data pieces that we collected as we went to all the different centers that we visited was the different types of scheduling that they offered to the students to make sure that that is minimized as much as possible. So that is actually our very next action step, to figure out which scheduling model we are going to employ to minimize that transportation issue.
Great, well, that's good to hear that you're looking at revising the schedule so that you can be able to work around that transportation piece.
Not necessarily revising in the existing high schools, but making sure the model that we choose for the center will afford maximum seat time for the students that are being transported there, and then them being able to integrate seamlessly back into their classrooms when they get back in. There are about 3 different models that we are considering.
Good morning, everyone. Also, as a part of the facility, the CMP operations, we have considered operations that will allow students to be able to eat lunch there, which will also minimize travel time as well, which will add to time on site at the location. So that is a part of our thought process. And so we've had the opportunity to visit Huntsville, and that's how they cut down some of their travel time by allowing CMP operations to take place at the CTE Center.
Any other questions? I know, did that answer your questions, Counselor?
Thank you,
Pro
Mayor.
Tem.
Thank you, Madam President. Dr. Reese, could you just expound on what's going to take place at Carver High School this round? Thank you.
We are moving our existing PPN program, which was Pathway to Professional Nursing. It is transitioning into Pathway to Careers in Health Science. That affords students that don't have health science programs in their high schools to be transported to take health science coursework at Carver High School. They will also be cohorted to take math and science together. The goal of the patch program particularly is that students be able to persist in health science fields once they graduate. So they will take health science and math and science together there. We have been sort of piloting that for the last 2 years at Huffman High School, but we're moving it to Carver this year.
Thank you.
And yes, and we will have more seats available.
Perfect. Any other questions? All right, well, thank you all very much for helping us with our questions and just clarifying some of the items. Thank you. All right, counselors, we don't have any other questions. We're ready for the vote. And I'm a yes.
And Clerk, just please recognize my abstention on that vote. Thank you.
It's on the screen, yes, sir.
Thank you.
Counselor Woods is out, who did we miss? Two. Okay, that vote should be up, Madam
All right,
President.
thank you. Item 65 passes. Thank you very much. Next item, Mr.
Item
Clerk.
81, a resolution setting a public hearing September the 1st, 2026, to consider adoption of amendments to the zoning ordinance of the City of Birmingham, ordinance number 15-133, as amended to amend Title I, Chapter 8, Article 2, Section 11C, numbers 3 through 4. And this is the first reading of this particular item. Motion, please.
We need a,
Item is before you.
all right, thank you, counselors. This is a resolution setting a public hearing for September 1st, 2026, to consider the adoption of amendments to the zoning ordinance of the City of Birmingham, and they're proposing to amend sections that revolving around the floodplain zone overlay. Any questions about setting this date? We're ready for the vote.
Okay.
And I'm an aye.
Yes, ma'am. All right, Counselor, that vote should be up. Counselor
And
Smith,
do we
I'm
need
sorry.
Smithman in? All right, thank you. All right, thank you. Item 81 passes. We've set that public hearing for September 1st, 2026. Any other items? Mr. Clerk, thank you. Councilors, at this time, we will turn our attention to announcements from your districts. And Councilor Vasa, would you like to go first?
Thank you, Madam President. A couple of exciting Meet the Teacher Days coming up. Avondale Elementary, this Sunday, August 9th, Avondale Elementary will hold the Meet the Teacher Day. It starts at 3 p.m. through 5:30. Great opportunity for parents to come out and meet their scholar teacher for the year and meet new principal, Dr. Sabrina McGee. Glen Iris Elementary PTA back-to-school block party is Saturday, August 15th from 11 to 4 p.m. The Glen Iris PTA is presenting the third annual back-to-school block party. So come celebrate with teachers and scholars. There will be food trucks, vendors, inflatables, all the good stuff. And it will be held on site at Glen Iris Elementary. Our District 3 school supply pop-up was at Bessie Estelle this past Saturday. We want to thank all the parents and students, teachers as well, and administrators who came out to attend. We were able to give over 100 book bags and school supplies. Very excited about that and looking forward to continuing to support our schools. Keep up with everything District 3 at district3bham.com. That's the number 3. And remember, if you want to email our office, please do so at district3@birminghamal.gov. Tonight, we have Forest Park, South Avondale at 6:30 PM at the Avondale Public Library. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you very much. Counselor Smitherman, hello.
Hey, thank you, Madam President. I want to wish all the students a happy first day of school. Birmingham City School starts Monday, August 10th, but I know other school systems are starting this week. So I'm just praying for a safe and successful school year for our students and teachers. As far as neighborhood meetings, Oakwood Place neighborhood will meet today at 4 PM at Harrison Park Recreation Center, and Mason City neighborhood will meet today at 4:30 PM. Via teleconference. The calling number is 712-778017, and the code is 843426. Then West End Manor will meet at 5 PM on Monday, August 10th, at New Hope Baptist Church. Also, we're still continuing our Get Fit While You Sit classes every Monday at 9:30 PM at Crystal Ray Birmingham High School. We look forward to seeing everyone. Thank you to everyone who came out this past Saturday for Peace on the Block. I'm super grateful to Madam Pro Tem Tate and the District 6 office for the partnership, and our other partners, our dedicated volunteers, and everyone who helped make the event a success, especially OAA. Don't forget, Election Day is August 11th. I don't think anybody's really talking about that. Make sure you vote this Tuesday, 7 to 7. Make sure you check your voter registration as well. Make sure that it's active. I know a lot of people over the past couple of years have gotten to voting polls and they were told it's not the correct polling place. So make sure to know that. Then we have our last District 6 Farmers Market this Saturday. It'll be at the Grove, which that address is 206th Avenue Southwest. It's a part of the Cultural Arts Center. It's next to, what is it called? Tool Bank. Birmingham is a part of it, and then Tune Up is part of it, and across from 8 for 1 as well. We have free matchas, free flowers, vendors, a cooking demonstration by Chef Amanda is going to be really good. And then I want to say happy birthday to my nephew Noah. He's turning 16 on Sunday. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Noah. All right, thank you. Madam Pro Tem, I'll let you go ahead and go next. Thank you.
Wylam Neighborhood Association meeting is tonight, 6 PM at Wylam Public Library. Thomas Neighborhood Association meeting is tonight at 6:30 at Greater St. Thomas Community Church. Civico Finley Neighborhood Association is meeting Wednesday, August 5th, 5:30 at the Civico Plant Community Room. North Birmingham Neighborhood Association meeting is Monday, August the 10th, 6 PM at the North Birmingham Library. Sherman Heights Neighborhood Association meeting is August the 10th also, 6 PM at the Morningstar Christian Church. Next public safety meeting will be held Tuesday, August the 11th, 1 PM in the council chamber. Please submit your items by email no later, Wednesday no later than 12 noon. Please, ma'am, sir. Hooper City Neighborhood Fun Day is this Saturday from 10 to 2 at the Hooper City Rec Center. Also, Six Pratt Community Family Fun Day is also this Saturday. When they're start at 4 PM and 7 PM at the Howard Sanford Park. Thank all the partners for Peace on the Block. We had an awesome time. I want to thank Council Quinn and Council Smitherman, who always never says no to me. Thank all of you all for the support. So OAA, Urban League, Fountain Heights Farm, House Proud, 94.9, Coca-Cola, just an array of people that were out there to bring the resources directly into the community. So we're looking forward to some more Peace on the Block events that's going to take place later this year. So we're going to continue with the holiday on the block.
All right.
Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you so much. Councilor Quinn.
Thank you, Madam President. This is the week The District 5 Health Fair is going to take place on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Parker High School. We're going to have over 60 different vendors, organizations there. I'm looking at a flyer in front of me talking about the city's blood drive tomorrow at Boutwell Auditorium from 11:30 to 4:30. Red Cross is also going to be at Parker High School on Saturday if, at the health fair, if you can't make it to Boutwell tomorrow. And I'll just say it's really important that we have a national shortage of, in our blood bank. So that's something that, could help save multiple people's lives with your blood donation. So please consider doing that. The neighborhood meetings for District 5 this week are Eastlake Neighborhood Association will meet tonight at 6 p.m. at Household of Faith Church. Forest Park, South Avondale will also meet tonight at 6:30 at Avondale Library. On Thursday, Wahoma Neighborhood Association meets at 6 p.m. at the Eastlake Library. And on Monday, Gate City Neighborhood Association will meet at Oak Tree Ministries, and I believe that's 4 p.m. in the afternoon. And then later that day, Oak Ridge Park Neighborhood Association will meet at 6 p.m. at the Harris Holmes Recreation Center. And that concludes my announcements.
Thank you, Dr. O'Quinn. I want to thank you and Mayor Woodfin for reminding everyone about the blood drive. As a American Red Cross retiree, I know how important the summer months could mean for trying to ensure that we have the amount of blood to serve patients in not only Birmingham, but the state of Alabama. And this is one of their first times in a few years that they've had a national crisis. So not only for staff here at City Hall, but if you just want to come by as a resident and participate in that blood drive, I think that'd be very good. Councilor Gunn?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Madam President. This weekend, we had a great time in the Collegeville neighborhood at our District 4 Back to School Splash. We had an hour for seniors to come out and enjoy the pool before all the kids got there and got rowdy. And so they enjoyed that time. So I think this is something that's going to happen regularly, especially for our seniors to get out and enjoy the pool. Because one thing that I'm telling them, if they don't use it, they might lose it. So we want them to make sure that they get out there and use the pool. So thank you to everyone that came out and supported that event. Senator Linda Coleman Madison showed up. Madam Pro Tem showed up. I wasn't there. It was hot, so I left. Thank you to school board member Yamika Foy for coming out and showing her support as well. I also want to thank serious injury lawyers for donating backpacks. We were able to give out close to 200 backpacks in less than an hour over in Collegeville. And so, of course, I want to thank the OPA team for their continued support and Parks and Rec for their continued support in making that event happen. Next event that we have, the UAB Live Health Smart Mobile Market will be at the Kingston Community Center this Wednesday from 10:30 to 12:30 p.m. And then lastly, Bare Hands will be hosting their back party on the lot this Saturday from 4:30 to 7 p.m. at 125 57th Street North in Woodlawn. Neighborhood Association meetings happening this week or next week. We have the Inglenook Community Meeting happening August the 10th, which is Monday at 5:30 p.m. at the Inglenook Recreation Center. We also have that same Monday, Woodlawn taking place at 6 p.m. at the Willowwood Recreation Center. That same Monday, we also have the Airport Highlands taking place at 6 p.m. at Pleasant View Baptist Church. And the last meeting taking place on that Monday is Roebuck at 6:30 p.m. at the Birmingham Police East Precinct. The last neighborhood association happening next week is the Kilo Springs, which takes place at 6 p.m. at Smith Middle School. Penfield Park is canceled that day because of Election Day. So make sure that you all get out and vote, as Councilor Smitherman said. It's an important duty that we have as citizens. So that concludes my announcements.
Thank you so much. Councilor Smith?
Great, thank you. So District 8 is hosting a joint town hall in partnership with House District 55 on August 18th at Sardis Missionary Baptist Church. The address is 1615 4th Court West, and that will be at 6 p.m. As Pro Tem Tate already mentioned, the Pratt community is having their Fun Day this Saturday, August 8th at the House Sanford Recreation Center, starting at 2 p.m. The Parks and Recreation Board is meeting tomorrow, Wednesday, August 5th at 9 a.m. at Legion Field. Arts and Parks is meeting on Monday, August 17th, and we ask that you please submit all agenda items to d8help@birminghamal.gov by Wednesday, August 11th at 5 p.m. And that meeting will be at 3:30 here in council chambers. We also have the following neighborhood association meetings that are coming up. Today, we have the Fairview meeting at 5:30, and that's going to be on via phone. Also today is the Thomas Neighborhood Meeting on Tuesday, August 4th at 6:30 p.m. We have our Thomas Neighborhood President, Julia Juarez, here. That meeting will be at the Greater St. Thomas Church in Thomas, First Street, Thomas. Tuxedo is meeting on Monday, August 10th at 5 at East Inslee Public Library. And also on Monday, August 10th, the Inslee Highlands Neighborhood Association is meeting at 6 p.m. at the Five Points West Library. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Woods?
Good morning. Want to announce, well, first, the neighborhood association meetings. Apple Valley will meet tonight at 6:30 p.m. That meeting will be at East Pinson Valley Rec Center. Echo Highlands will meet on Thursday, August 6th at 7 p.m. via Zoom. Roebuck will meet Monday, August 10th at 6:30 p.m. at the East Police Precinct. And the Spring Lake meeting scheduled for Thursday has been postponed. That date will be announced soon. If you are wanting to attend and it is a Zoom meeting, you can get that information by emailing bhmdistrict1@gmail.com, and they will share with you the Zoom credentials to log in to the meeting. As always, encourage everyone to participate. Our next Be Litter Free cleanup will be on Friday, August 14th, from 10 a.m. to 12 noon at Grayson Park. Invite residents to come out. We've been fortunate to have a lot of volunteers from all over the place come out and help us continue this project, and so we've been able to remove a great deal of trash from the community. So it's your opportunity to tag in and continue making a difference. And lastly, the next Budget and Finance Committee meeting will be held on Monday, August 10th at 3:30 p.m. Here in council chambers. Please submit all of your agenda items by Wednesday at noon.
Thank you very much. These are announcements for District 7. I want to thank the neighborhood leaders of West Brownsville, East Brownsville, and Roosevelt. They teamed together on Saturday, and we had a great book bag giveaway and resource fair through the sponsors and the assistance of District 7 office. We were able to gift 600 families book bags to prepare them for the first day of school, which has been mentioned is Monday, for Birmingham City Schools. So I just want to thank those neighborhood leaders, Mrs. Cook Bibb, Mr. and Mrs. Horton, and Ms. Pat Woods, and for their work and their collaboration. They brought those three neighborhoods together to bring those resources to families in D7. So I'm very appreciative of them. We had a great time. It included haircuts, different other agencies that were there to provide resources for families. So just a great model for neighborhoods coming together and bringing these resources as a team. The following neighborhood meetings are scheduled. On Friday, we have the Jones Valley Neighborhood Association meeting at 4 p.m. at the Powderly Library. Yesterday, we had the Gracilla Heights Neighborhood meeting that was held at Bryan Chapel Church. Just want to go back and talk with residents about continuing to engage in those neighborhood meetings. And I know we're coming off the summer months and gearing up again for the fall, but if everyone would just make note of your neighborhood meeting and make plans to attend. We don't have confirmation, but the Powderly neighborhood meeting is scheduled to take place Monday, August 10th at 5:30 at the Henry Crompton Rec Center, but that meeting has not been confirmed, so please check with the neighborhood president to be sure they're going to hold that one. If you would like to report illegal dumping or missed bulk trash pickup, please, you can log into MyBHAM 311, or you can call 205-254-6314. That concludes all of our announcements from each of our districts. Mr. Clerk, I don't believe we have any speakers listed, is that correct? All right, thank you. At this time, we'd like to thank our officers on duty, Officers Pinkert, Tarrant, and Wesley. We'd also like to thank our fire inspectors on duty, Inspector Griggs and Shaw. At this time, we'll entertain a motion for adjournment. All those in favor, please say aye. Thank you. Meeting is adjourned.
Everyone, is Crystal Smithman, Birmingham City Councilor for District 6. We're right here in the middle of District 6 off of Tuscaloosa Avenue at Peace on the Block. A shout out to my colleague, Councilor Tate.
How is everybody doing? Hey, I am President Pro Tem Councilwoman Tate. Thank you all for coming to Peace on the Block. This is our 3rd year. We was Heal the Block 2 years ago. We Peace on the Block.
Shout out to my colleague, Councilor Tate. I'm so happy to partner with her on this event. All of our other vendors out here, just bringing peace and unity to the community.
Hey, it's Councilwoman Tate here at Peace on the Block, 1200 Tuscaloosa Avenue. I'm standing in the building of one of my partners, the Offender Alumni Association. I want to thank Councilor Smitherman, Councilor Quinn, Urban League, our sponsor, Serious Injury Law Firm, just an array of vendors that are out here, to name a few: the Salvation Army, House Proud, Inspire, Urban Alchemy, all of our partners. There's over 40 vendors here, Birmingham Fire and Rescue, KBB. Multiple resources are out in the community. So we're here to be a blessing to you on the day, and I'll see you at Peace on the Block. Peace.
We are out here at the District 4 Back to School Splish Splash over here at Macklin Park in the heart of Collegeville. We have given away over 150 book bags.
Yeah, you know it's the summer. Summer's over, what a bummer.
We have hot dogs for the kids. We have Icy's thanks to Nola Ice and Serious Injury Law Firm for donating the book bags for the students. And the kids get to come out and have one last splash in Macklin Park before they go back to school. So I'm super excited to have that for the community.
That's a hammer. Hey, in the middle of the dance floor. We gon' what you asked for. Look for me. Hey, in the middle of the, you gon' get what you asked for.
After school, what grade you going to? 5th grade? You going to Hudson? Okay.
Yeah, you know it's the summer, almost over. What a bummer.